So I promised that today we were to answer some questions. So we have 10 minutes to answer the questions that we had yesterday. I don't know if Brother Emmanuel is in this gathering. He had a concern that someone was to clarify on the 10 virgins. I don't know if he's here to help us. He's not around. Okay, so I request when Emmanuel will be back, I will spare some 10 minutes. I have roughly 50 minutes to speak. So I will spare some 10 for that question to be answered. It was about the 10 virgins, so you also need to digest so that time you can also answer it very fast. About an interpretation that was given, that the 10 virgins will represent 5 fallen churches and 5 true churches. But I would also like to answer it briefly. That when we are talking about the 10 virgins, we are told 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. So we only see 2 classes. So it will not mean 5 churches which are fallen and 5 which are true. It will represent 2 classes that will always exist till the close of probation. During Cain and Abel's time, there we see 2 classes. Cain representing the enemy side. We also have Abel representing God's chosen people. In most of the parables of Christ, he will always teach us about the 2 classes of people. We have the wheat and the tares. So there we also see 2 classes. And all other parables that Christ is comparing 2 things. So it will not represent 5 fallen churches and 5 true churches. God has 1 church. And we only have 2 churches in the world. One is for God. That is the true church of Revelation 12. And the fallen church, which is now the church of Satan. In Revelation chapter 17. We will continue to answer that question when Emmanuel will come to now clarify that question. Allow me to discuss with us something so simple tonight. Yesterday I promised that we were to discuss about the 7 trumpets of Bible prophecy. 5 trumpets.
Tunge abich.
Oh, 7 trumpets, sorry.
Tunge abiriyo.
Okay, of Bible prophecy.
Mag fweny mag biblos.
That which is found in Revelation chapter 8
Mano miyudo e buk mar fweny sura 8
through 11.
nyaka sura mar 11.
So it is also significant to us.
En bende en gi nengo ne
I know
wan.
someone might be asking himself or herself,
Ing'e ni ng'ato nyalo penjore owuon ni
why should that one be discussed and studied?
ni gino to koro ang'o momiyi puonjo.
Is it part of the foundation that need to be rebuilt?
Bende en achiel kuom mise mowinjo bed ni igero.
Is it part of the present truth that we need to listen to?
Be en adier mwadwaro sani.
But we are told if the people of God will study and understand the books of Daniel and Revelation,
Ikonowa ni ka nyithind Nyasaye biro somo kendo winjo weche manie buk mar Daniel gi fweny,
then a revival will be seen amongst God's
to
children.
lokruok ibiro ne kind oganda mar Nyasaye.
What we need is revival of true goldiness.
Gima wadwaro en lokruok mar adier,
And one of the things that is going to bring about revival and reformation in the church
kendo gima dhi kelo loko chuny kaachiel kod lokruok ei
is
kanisa
a clear understanding of the book of Daniel and Revelation.
en winjo maber mar buk mar Daniel gi fweny.
And the 7 trumpets,
To tunge
we
abiriyo
find them in Revelation chapter 8,
wayudogi e buk mar fweny sura 8,
chapter 9,
sura 9,
10 and 11.
10 kod 11.
So they are part of Revelation,
Gin bende gin bath fweny
meant to bring revival to God's children.
ma ikelo mondo okel chiew ne nyithind Nyasaye.
And I even told us earlier
Kendo nayangonwa kata momondo
that the truth that motivated the Millerites
ni adier mano jiwo Millerites,
at the pen of inspiration will tell us that it was an impetus to the movement.
kendo ikonowa ni en manobedo kaka ngadho manochwalo riwruogni,
Was a clear understanding of the 6th trumpet.
ne en winjo man gi winjo godo tung mar 6.
For Josiah Leach to have an understanding of the 6th trumpet,
Mondo mi Josia lich ne obed gi winjo mar tung mar 6.
he had to understand the fulfillment of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th trumpet.
Nyaka nuwinj kaka tung mokwongo nyaka mar 5 nosechopo
So
kare.
that's why we are looking at the 1843 chart.
Mano be momiyo wang'iyo chat kata mbeche mar 1148
To give us some of the foundations that were laid in 1842.
mondo mi omiwa moko kuom mise manoket e higa 1148.
So let us read something here.
Wasom wach moro ka.
Today I promise I will not waste time.
Kawuono asingo ni ok adhi ketho sa.
We are told, I have seen
Aseneno
that the 1843 chart
ni mbeche mag 1148
was directed by the hand of the Lord.
ne okel gi lwet Nyasaye.
So 1843 chart is really significant to us.
Ni chat ma higa mar 1843 nigi nengo ne wan.
And we need to understand every figure in it, every feature that is in it.
Kendo nyaka wawinj gimoro amora manie iye.
There is a question that has also been asked.
Nitie penjo mosepenji,
It will be answered during Bible study.
ibiro duoke sa nono biblos.
About pictures.
Kuom pich.
Yeah, so during Bible study we'll remember to give the one who will be in charge.
Biro paro ne ng'ama biro telonwa mondo oduokwa kuom tipogo.
And that it should not be altered.
Ni to bende ni ok onego bed ni iloke.
That the figures were as he wanted them.
Ni to gik manokete ne en kaka ne Nyasaye dwaro.
That his hand was over and he had a mistake in some of the figures.
Kendo lwet Nyasaye ne nie wi chadni kopando kosa moko mane nitiere.
So that none could see it
mondo ni onge ng'ama ne nyalo nene.
until his hand was removed.
Nyaka lwete no nogol.
So I want to show us today the 1843 chart.
Adwa ni mondo atang'nwa mbeche mag 1148.
Yesterday I believe we saw 1850 chart.
Nyoro ne waneno ma higa 1148.
We are also going to read a quotation here
wadhi besomo kuot moro
why this chart is significant to the church.
gimomiyo mbecheni nigi nengo kabisa ne kanisa.
Remember, we are looking at the history of Millerites from 1840 to 1844.
Ng'eni wang'iyo historia mar jokamila kowuok 1840 nyaka 1840.
This history must be rehearsed.
Ni historia ni nyaka nuo.
And the messages given between 1840 to 1844 must be repeated in our churches.
Kendo ote manoyale kindeno nyaka chak nuo kendo e kanisewa.
So we cannot just be talking about 1840 to 1844 if we don't know the message that was given.
Koro ok wanyalo siko kwaluothore mana ni 1840 nyaka 1844 ka ok wang'eyo ote manichiwo.
And I'm convinced that one of the messages which were given
kendo an ayie ni achiel kuom ote manochiw
was the charts that were displayed that were full of truth.
Ne mbeche manotang' manopong' gadier.
And this truth were to be taught to the churches.
Kendo adieri ge nyaka ne puonje I kanise.
So what are these things that were to be taught in the churches that were found in 1843 chart?
Magi gin weche mage manowinjo bed ni puonjo maniyudo I mbeche no.
So let us go down and then we'll come back to this quotation. This is 1843 chart. So as you teach the messages that were given between 1840 to 1844, they are not things which are complicated. We are even seeing Daniel chapter 2 is here. We are seeing Daniel chapter 7. Revelation chapter number 12. And then we are seeing Revelation chapter number 9 down there. About the trumpets. As that's why they have to study the trumpets. So I'll also labor to show us that these trumpets are not futures. Men have been interpreting them. But we are in the sounding of the last trumpet. This one is a clear evidence that Christ is soon coming. If the first 6 trumpets are passed, and we are now in the last trumpet, and number 7 is complete, we are also in the 7th church. 6th seal. The 7th seal has not been opened. So things are just at hand. Christ is soon coming. So even the trumpets will really awaken us to show us that truly Christ is soon to come. Now look at the figures. And this chart, I will also admit to us that it has really brought problems to people. There is a figure on the other side. Who can read it for us? Which figure are you seeing towards the farthest end? 25? Yeah, so people have been at loggerhead. Are we supposed to believe in 25-20 or is it an error? Yeah, it has really brought chaos to God's children. Because people will say that the longest prophecy is 2300 days. But again, we are told it is found in 1843 chart. How can you therefore harmonize this? Before we read the previous quotation, I want us to read one which is down. Move down. I want us to harmonize that 25-20 figure with Spadling and Magan page 1, paragraph number 3. So if you continue to study this by yourself, you will come to understand why are people really contending about those figures, 2300 days and also 2520. But we can harmonize it using this quotation here. That I saw that the truth should be made plain upon tables, that the heart and the fullness thereof is the Lord's, and that necessary means should not be spared to make it plain. I saw that the old chart was directed by the Lord. Yes, it was directed by the Lord. But listen to this last portion. And that not a figure of it should be altered, except. What do we mean by except? To mean it can be altered at times. But what can we use? By inspiration. So we need to have a weight of evidence, so that we can be grounded in truth. Sister White will show us this in most of our writings. And it talks about this over and over again. This book that I never found opportunity to have here, it is called Christ in His Sanctuary, page 74, paragraph number 2. It is telling us that the longest prophecy is 2300 days. And when this quotation is repeated over and over again, then we do away with 2520. Because it is not holding water. So let us go back to the 1843 chart and let us show why this chart has to be studied. And then I pick one. The previous quotation, and then we come to it. Let us share this. The theme was building upon the foundation. 42. Stop there. What message was brought in 1842 that you can remember? 1842. 1842. Which message was given? What do you remember about 1842? Yes? Okay, no problem. I don't know, I asked those people who are watching on social media. I don't know if they respond. I will have their response. You will follow it later. Just look at me, I'm explaining. Just swallow my voice, we continue. So we are told that nothing is to be allowed to come in that will disturb the foundation of the faith, upon which we have been building ever since the message came in 1842. So we are told that they began now to build upon the foundation of the faith. When a message arrived in 1842, 1843, and 1844. I know it is the first and second angel's message. But a pictorial was also given
tipo moko bende nochiwo.
giving us the foundation of the faith of Seventh-day Adventists.
Kendo tipogo bende ne bedo kaka moko kuom mise mar yie mar jo-Adventista.
I don't know if you've attended a church that is also explaining what is contained in the 1843 chart.
Ok ang'eyo kod isedhi e kanisa moro ma bende yalo gik mane chart mar 1843.
So that is the foundation of our faith.
Mano mise mar yie wa.
Remove 2520 because we have been told it can be removed because of inspiration.
2520 wawito oko nikech onge neno moromo.
And we have given the evidence here.
Kendo watang'o wachno ka.
So other than 2520, let us now go to the foundation of our faith that we also need to be grounded upon. Let us read this and then we move to it.
Wasoma kata wadhi.
I was in this message,
Ne ane oteni.
and ever since I have been standing upon the world,
Kato nyaka ndalo nwasebedo ka chung'e mbele piny.
true to the light that God has given us.
Ka atemo chung'e adieri mar ler ma Nyasaye osemiyowa.
We do not propose to take our feet off the platform.
Ok wagomb mondo tiendwa owuog kata matin e mise.
So they were also building on the foundation of our faith.
Gin bende ne gigede mise mar yie.
And it was given clearly in the 1843 chart.
Kendo nochiwe maler kabisa e chart ma 1843.
If you are going to forget everything that we have been studying to every night, I challenge you to go back and consider the messages that are found in the 1843 chart. Go and study them by yourself. Take our feet off the platform on which they were placed, as day by day we sought the Lord with earnest prayer. Seeking for light. Do you think that I could give up the light that God has given me? It is to be as the rock of ages. Now let us look at the messages that these people studied. 1843, that is what I want. Thank you. So we have Daniel chapter 2. We are seeing there Daniel chapter 7. I'm also seeing Daniel. Which one again are you seeing? I am on this idea. Which one are you seeing? What about the other side? Revelation 9, about the trumpets. Okay. Revelation chapter 12, the red dragon. What about the one at the middle? 31 AD. Thank you so much. What about the figures? And I'm seeing a little horn over there. I don't know if you're also seeing it. Is that on the little horn? I don't know if you are seeing it. But allow me share with us on the trumpets, the one that we're seeing down there. So I want to share with us about the trumpets. And mostly it talks of the sixth, the fifth and the sixth trumpet of Bible prophecy. When I'm remaining with 10 minutes, you alert me so that I can stop and give you time. Let us quickly turn to the book of Revelation chapter 8. We want to discuss about the trumpets of Bible prophecy. The first four trumpets. Why do you think God gave us the message of the seven trumpets? What is the work of these trumpets?
tungegi en ang'o?
What do they denote in Bible prophecy?
Ang'o ma ne gifwenyo kata ne gitang'o e prophecy mar Biblos?
And are they really significant and important for our salvation?
To be gin gi nengo e weche mag warruok wa.
Are they to place us in a position where we can make thorough preparations for eternity?
Be giketowa e ngadho mwanyalo ikore ne ngima mochwere manyaka chieng'.
Let us move down as we now read from Revelation chapter number 8.
Wadhi piny ka koro wasomo e Fweny sura mar 8.
7 trumpets. Allow me call it part 1 because I never discussed it yesterday.
Yie mondo aluonge ni part mokwongo nikech ne ok awuoyo kuome nyoro.
So what will a trumpet denote in the Bible?
To tungo chung nang'o e Biblos.
So let us look at some few texts here.
Wangi text moko ka.
So even before we arrive at Revelation chapter number 8,
Kata kapok wachopo Fweny sura mar 8,
you need also to know that the children of Israel were also to blow the trumpets.
gima nyaka ing'e ni nyithind Israel bende nyaka ne kudh tung.
And whenever the trumpets were blown,
To samoro amora mano kudh tunge,
they had their significance.
ne gin gi gik mane gisiemo.
So one of the things that the trumpets will represent,
Moko kuom gik ma tunge chungnegi.
we are told that, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, this is Numbers chapter 10.
Ma kwan sura 10, eka Nyasaye noloso kata nowuoyo gi Musa kowacho,
Make thee 2 trumpets of silver.
ni los ne in iwuon tunge ariyo mag nyinyo.
Of a whole piece that thou shalt make them.
To ibiro losogi
That thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly.
ni ibiro luongogo ji e riwruok.
So when a trumpet is blown,
Saka samo kudh tung,
it will assemble people together
to ne oriwo ji kanyakla
for an event.
ka giikore ne wach moro.
So people will be assembled.
Koro ji ni luongo kanyakla.
So that is one of the things that a trumpet will denote in the Bible.
Mano en achiel kuom gik ma tung siemo e Biblos.
Let us continue.
Wadhi nyime.
Joel chapter 2 verse number 15.
Joel 2:15.
Still the same thing. Blow the trumpet in Zion.
Ni kudh tunge e Zion.
Sanctify a fast.
Luong ji e tweyo.
Call a solemn assembly.
Luong romo maler.
So call a solemn assembly.
Luongo romo maler.
And we are told when the trumpets were blown,
Kendo ikonowa ni ka tunge nogo,
even the suckling were to be assembled in this meeting.
ni kata mana nyithindo madhoth nyaka ne bi e romono.
So it was so solemn to the children of Israel.
Ne en gima ler kabisa ne nyithind Israel.
So as we also study about the blowing, the 7 trumpets of Bible prophecy,
To wan bende kwamedo nono matut tunge abiriyo mag fweny mag Biblos,
it should also be solemn to us.
onego bedwa maler wan be.
But what do they denote when we are now given them in Revelation chapter number 8?
To ang'o ma koro gisiemo miwa gi e Fweny sura 8?
Zephaniah chapter 1, 14 to 18.
Buk mar Zephania sura 1 verse 14 nyaka 18.
The great day of the Lord is near.
Ndalo maduong' mar Jehova okayo.
It is near
Okayo.
and hasteth greatly,
Kendo obiro maduong' ahinya.
even the voice of the day of the Lord.
Kendo wawinjo dwol mar ndalo mar Nyasaye.
The mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
To ni ng'at maduong' biro ywak kanyo ka nigi lit.
That day is a day of wrath,
En chieng' midhiero,
a day of trouble and distress,
chieng' andaki kaachiel kod kuyo.
a day of wasteness and desolation,
Ndalo ma ji biro rumoe kendo biro
a
kere.
day of darkness and gloominess,
Ndalo mag mudho kaachiel kod bedo mokuyo.
a day of clouds and thick darkness,
Ndalo mag bor kaachiel kod mudho mandiwa.
a day of the trumpet
En ndalo mag tunge
and alarm
kaachiel kod ywak
against the fenced cities
kuom dala kata mier mochiel.
and against the high towers.
Kaachiel kod kendo en ywak ne ohingni moger.
So we are told whenever a trumpet was blown,
Ikonowa ni kinde ka kinde manokudh tung,
cities were in danger.
to mano nyiso ni bombe ne ni andaki.
Towers were also in danger, for they will fall down.
Kendo kuonde mag ng'icho bende ne ni andaki nikech ne ginyalo war piny.
So when we come to 7 trumpets of Revelation chapter number 8,
Koro kwa biro tunge abiriyo mag fweny sura 8,
there is a certain truth that God will wish to teach us.
to nitiere adieri moro ma Nyasaye gombo mondo opuonj.
That whenever a trumpet is blown,
Ni samoro amora mokudh tung,
it will denote the downfall of an empire.
obiro tang'o ni pinyruoth moro olwar mokumbore.
Let us share this first.
Wa nema
So this one is William Miller Works.
ma wach mar Mila,
William Miller Works, volume 2,
ma tich Mila
Page.
mar ariyo,
page 115 to 116.
wang' kalatas 11 gi 15 nyaka 11 gi 16.
We are told
Ikonowa
that in prophetical scripture,
ni fweny mag biblos,
the sounding of trumpets
ni goyo tung
is always used to denote the downfall of some empire,
ni itiyo kode mondo nyis kaka pinyruoth moro lwar mokumbore,
nation,
kata piny moro lwar,
or place,
kata kumoro,
or some dreadful battle
kata mana lweny moro mager
which may decide the fate of empires, nations, or places.
manyalo ng'eyo ka bende pinyruoth kata mana pinjegi biro dong'.
Suppose you have never studied about the 7 trumpets,
Kapok isomo kuom tunge abiriyo,
just note it down today.
to kete mana piny kawuono.
That when we are talking about the 7 trumpets of Bible prophecy of Revelation chapter 8 through 11,
Ni kwawuoyo kuom tunge abiriyo mag Daniel, mag fweny sura 8 nyaka sura mar 11.
the blowing of those trumpets
Ni to kudho tungego
will denote the downfall of an empire.
nyiso ni pinyruoth moro dhi gore piny makumbre.
So which empire is this?
Koro en pinyruoth mane?
That whenever a trumpet is blown will have to fall.
Ma en samoro amora mogo tung to lwar.
That is what we're going to share as we look at the first 4 trumpets.
Mano e gima wadhi ng'iyo kwang'iyo tunge ang'wen mokwongo.
I know it will make sense.
Ang'eyo ni obiro neno
Revelation chapter 8 verse 1.
fweny sura 8 verse 1.
Let us look at Revelation chapter 8 verses number 1.
Wang'i anena fweny sura 8
Okay,
verse 1.
downwards. So this one is verses number 2. Someone to read with me verses number 1.
Ng'ato some koda verse mar 1.
Verse number 1.
And when he had opened the 7th seal,
And when he had opened the 7th seal,
Ni to kano seelo kido mar 7.
there was a silence in heaven
The-
about the space of a half an
there
hour.
was silence where?
In heaven,
Ni ne polo noling.
So when do we see silence in heaven?
Ni to samane mwanene ka polo ling. Koyaw kido mar 7.
Has the 7th seal been opened?
Sani koseyaw kido mar 7.
Has it been opened? No,
Oyo.
it has not been opened.
Pok oyawe.
And we need to know that when it is opened,
Kendo nyaka wang'e ni koyawe.
there will be silence in heaven.
To polo dhi ling.
And Revelation chapter 8 verse number 1
To fweny 8 verse 1.
is not part of verses number 2 downwards.
Ok en oriwore gi verse 2 kidhi piny.
It is part of the previous chapters,
En part mar sura mar 7.
touching on the seals.
Mawuoyo kuom kido.
So, in as much as we are seeing it in chapter number 8,
Kata obedo ni wanene sura mar 8.
it is not part of the trumpets.
To ok en part mar tunge.
Because we are told when this 7th seal will be opened,
Tikonowa ni ka kido mar 7 ni ibiro yaw.
there will be silence in heaven.
To polo biro ling.
I want to ask us a question,
Adwa penjo.
because I'm going to handle the first 4 trumpets so quickly.
Nikech adhi ng'iyo tunge ang'wen mokwongo ng'wech.
And then you will permit me to look at the fifth and sixth one tomorrow, and then I'm done.
Kaeto ubiro yiena mondo ang'i mar abich gi auchiel kiny to watieko.
So my question is,
Penjona en ni,
is there a time when heaven has been in silent mode?
be nitiere sama polo oseling?
Any instance? Yes, number one.
Badi?
When Christ wanted to plead with the Father, when man had fallen, it will be good if we give the witnesses quickly so that people can write them down.
Onego wachiw evidence kata ranyisi ng'wech mondo ji ondik piny.
When heaven is silent. Number two. When Christ was pleading with the Father on the cross.
Ni sama ne Kristo wuoyo gi wuon gi ka en e bau.
Okay, let me share with us 3 instances when there is silence in heaven quickly, and then I jump to verses number 2. The first one is in Patriarchs and Prophets, page 63. We are in 63. We are told when man sinned, heaven was full of sorrow, and no angel touched the harp. So when the harps are not touched, what will that one represent to us now? No harp was touched. Another one at the Garden of Gethsemane. Let me give you that evidence quickly. The book Desire of Ages. The book Desire of Ages, page 600. Paragraph number 2. 6. So at the opening of this 7th seal, silence will be in heaven in the space of half an hour. And half an hour in Bible prophecy will also represent 7 days.
means ote mar Daniel when kakuoyo kuom Daniel sura mar 8.
Because Uriah Smith has been endorsed by Sister White.
Nikech Uriah Smith sana sana e buge mag Daniel gi Kwen, Sister White wacho ni onego wasom.
And a correct understanding of Revelation chapter 8 verse number 1
Kendo winjo mar Daniel Kwen sura 8 verse 1
will also help us to understand Psalms chapter number 24.
biro konyowa mondo wawinj buk mar Zaburi sura 24.
Because when there is silence in heaven,
Nikech sama ling ni e polo,
we don't expect the angels who are now moving to heaven, and some are also waiting for them in heaven.
ok wane ka wayie nitie malaike moko madhi e polo to moko be nitie e polo.
I will continue that on some other time. Revelation 8 verses number 2,
Kwen 8 verse 2
it says, "And I saw the seventh angel,
ni naneno malaika abiriyo
which stood before God,
mane ochung' mbele Nyasaye
and to them were given seven trumpets."
kendo nomigi tunge abiriyo.
Trumpets, we have already discussed, it means it denotes the downfall of an empire.
Wasewacho ni ruan kata pogruok mar pinyruoth.
Which empire is this that was to fall by the blowing of the trumpet? It continues, saying, "And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him mighty pen." Now, with verse number 2 and verse number 4 to 6, it will help us even to understand the time when this trumpet was blown. For those who have been studying about the sanctuary message, where do we have the golden censer? Where do we have the golden censer? Yes. Only here in the huh? Kamaler, which is now the holy place. So this one can even give us the time of this event. So if we are careful with Revelation 8 to 11, touching on the blowing of the seventh trumpet, you will realize that the first six trumpets will happen before the gospel is ready for them. So there is a prior to 1844. Therefore, it cannot be a future event. I know trumpets are also called the blade, but they are different from the seven last blades. The first evidence is that these events are happening prior to 1844. That's why we are given this first passage here. That is a clear understanding of the trumpet. Now, when we are talking about the trumpet, it denotes first the downfall of empire. But which empire specifically? That is what we also need to understand. This is one of the foundations that we are told were given to the Millerites. They understood this message. That's why when the foundations were laid, a message was given now. From 1840 to 1844, a thorough message was given. Someone will ask you a question.
And the group is big.
When was the first angel's message proclaimed? And when was it empowered? As it was being empowered, it was when the sixth trumpet was understood. These trumpets are therefore significant to us. We may not understand it today, but at least you will have a glimpse that next time you now have to study it by yourself so that you can understand. Someone still following to say amen.
Amen.
Let us move on. Get back to this one. Thank you so much. So we are told in prophetic scripture, the sounding of trumpet is always used to denote the downfall of some empire, nation, or a place or some dreadful battle. Now notice the last statement down here, this last one. I want to begin from where it says the seven trumpets mentioned in Revelation. The three last of which are mentioned in our text indicate the final overthrow of the power spoken of in the prophecy. The four first had their accomplishment in the destruction of the Jews and their dispersion in the fall of imperial Rome, in the overthrow of the Asiatic kingdom, and in the taking away of pagan rites and ceremonies. So there will be not the downfall of the pagan Rome power. So in short, there will be not the downfall of Rome. And in the book of Revelation, Rome is talked of more often. Both the pagan, but mostly the papal Rome. Remember when you are looking at Daniel chapter number 2, we are seeing the leg. And that one will represent, it was the leg of Hion. So, thank you so much. We are seeing legs, not a leg. I believe this one's a leg. There are two. One is on the western side and the other one was in the eastern side. So for Rome to fall, we have the western Rome and the eastern Rome. So a clear understanding of Daniel chapter 2 will also help us to understand the trumpet. The trumpets, when they were blown, they will denote the downfall of the western and the eastern Rome. And we are told for western Rome to fall completely. It was at the sounding of the first four trumpets of Revelation chapter number 8. And then from Revelation chapter number 9, So for Rome to fall, the downfall of Rome, it was at the sounding of the trumpets. So let us look at the downfall of Western Rome tonight, and then we leave. Quickly, I only have a few slides here, and then I give you time. If I'm remaining with 10 minutes, you let me know so that I can stop. That one is followed from social media. We are told in 8 verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire, mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the beast was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. I know prophecy is really interesting, but if only we take our time and dig deep into it. So we are told when the first trumpet was blown, what was seen? And there followed hail and fire, mingled with blood. To mean a nation had to attack Rome. And this nation is attacking Rome. And it is now likened to hail and fire. That is what you need to understand tonight. That once we have understood that when a trumpet is blown in Bible prophecy, it will denote the downfall of Rome. And I've said Rome is divided into two. We have the western and the eastern Rome. For the western Rome to be brought down completely, it suffered severe attacks from other nations. And the first nation to attack Rome, Western Rome, we are given this description here as hail and fire. So we need to get into the Bible and prove text to understand what we mean by hail and fire. And then we move to the pioneers to understand what we mean by this hail and fire. Hail and fire will denote the direction where Rome is being attacked from. And then we now identify that nation. And nation had to attack Rome to bring about its downfall. And that is what is represented by a trumpet being blown. That is how my linguistic can explain it. So we are going to use what is called Hebrew parallelism. So most of the text that we're going to read here, the principles that I'm going to employ is called Hebrew parallelism. When we talk of hail and fire, verse number 22 through 25, 5, the book of Exodus chapter 9.
Kisomo sura mar 9 nyaka chakre wes 22 nyaka 25.
It shows, when you read verse 23, and Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and a fire. Hail and fire, it is the same as thunder and hail. Let us continue. What will this one mean? Let us continue. The next step, we have even been given in verse number 33 that clearly when we're talking about hail and fire, it will also mean thunders and hail. What will this one symbolize in Bible prophecy? Let us continue. When you're talking about hail and the thunder, notice how it is simplified. In a story, there finds to be hail. And there sensible trees will grow. So hail is the same as growth. That is what we call the principle of equiparallelism. Hail, growth. And what do we mean by growth? We continue. Let us continue quickly. Okay. In John chapter 38, verse number 52, it is now likening hail to a snow. And when we talk of a snow, snow means something cold. I believe snow is something that is really cold. I know those in western countries where there is snow everywhere. That country is really cold. So when Rome is first attacked, we are told that the nation attacking Rome, the direction is given as hail and fire. Which will denote cold, snow, and you will realize that you read pioneer interpretation of this, you will learn that the position is given by hail and fire, and even the time of attack. So which season do we find cold and snow? Which season? Winter. So this nation is attacking. This nation is attacking Western Rome in winter, during winter. But from which direction? Notice where snow is coming from when we interpret it from the Bible. Out of the south cometh the wild wind, and cold out of which direction? Which direction? From the north. So this is a nation attacking Western Rome from the north during winter. If we fear this study, I don't know how we are going to debate.
mapiyo.
So let us move. This nation
Pinyni
was called the shield of Cntnd,
niluongo gi ni yedhi mag Cntnd.
the Kadesh. We know it's called the Vandal.
Iluongo gi ni Vandal.
Vandals you also know.
Vandal bende wang'eyo.
This is a nation that attacked Western pagan Rome
Ma bende en achiel kuom piny manomonjo Rumi ma jachilo.
each year.
Kamane?
So the Vandals under Genseric 528 to 468 AD.
E higa mar 428 to 468 AD.
So that one is from Uriah Smith, comes from Daniel and the Revelation.
Mano wuok e buk Uriah Smith paro kuom Daniel Fweny.
The third nation attacking Western Rome
Piny mar adek
was likened to